Hey, what's up? It's Akeyles, and today we're here to talk about Marvel's Spider-Man. So let's go ahead and get straight into the game review. First thing I want to say is the game looks amazing and it really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Even the combat makes you feel like Spider-Man. And that is it from our review. And here's the pre-recorded part. Okay, so now it's time for this pre-recorded part. So if you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike button. But also comment and tell me why you didn't like the video. And sub if you're new to the channel. I'm gonna be dropping content. But for real, let's get into the gameplay. And we'll start with the most important part of the swing, which is very smooth. And it might just be my nostalgia or my preference, but I miss swinging with two buttons. In this game, you mostly swing with R2, L2, and X, and you don't have as much as control which button you're swinging off of. It's kind of not as intuitive as I remember, but it's still great. And I never really used fast travel in the game because I was too busy swinging around. But now let's swing on over to combat. Game combat is fluid. I would say it's better than Batman, only because Batman you can press square and go like 20 feet, where in Spider-Man I think your square will only take you 12 minutes, plus like the counter time on Spider-Man is a little bit more difficult. You can't like press square and like as soon as you press square press triangle. You have to have like a time in between your melees and your counter. Unlike Batman you can press your counter button immediately, no matter what you're doing, no matter what button you push before, it's a counter. But Spider-Man's combat isn't hard. Like actual fighting mobs isn't hard, especially if you use gadgets. It makes the game a lot easier and a lot free. And by the way, I was playing on Spectacular, which is the hardest difficulty, and it isn't difficult unless there's tons of enemies with tons of guns coming at you. That can make it hard. And yes, I still died a fair amount of times. I would say if they introduced or they gave more options to yanking you out of the sky, because there is an enemy that comes and yanks you out of the sky and you're not allowed to do any air moves when he's there. If they would introduce him a lot sooner and maybe gave more enemies opportunities to stop you from being in the air as much, it would have been a lot better. But the boss fights are really dope, especially when it's 2v1. And and the last boss fight, that one was really fun to play with. The rest of the 1v1 bosses, besides like one sub boss, are easy. Like you're able to just swing around, wait for them to do a big move, counter, and come in. There's one sub boss that I got to play. He came out of nowhere and he actually beat me the first time and disappeared. I didn't get to replay him. And the second time I played him, like as soon as you go to web swing, he'll cut your web, and like you won't be able to swing around. He was really tough, and I did beat him my second chance around. But speaking of second chances, there's one thing that didn't need a second chance, and that's the story. The game story is actually amazing. It feels like it's made by a comic book writer. It's a great change of pace to see an older Peter Parker from the Ultimate Universe, seeing how older villains that we've known being reintroduced, and just new Ultimate like a different storyline that branches out with a huge one for the second game. Also, as the story unfolds, the story actually affects the city. And let me say one thing, like New Yorkers are tough because apocalyptic things are happening and they're still like going on their day, going to work, driving around. But the game is definitely worth it. The purchase, I definitely recommend it. And getting this game is definitely what you want to do. The gameplay is amazing, the story is spectacular, and it's definitely a solid building block to launch a franchise or even a universe. And I guess that's it for my review. Here's the pre-recorded part. Okay, so now it's time for this pre-recorded part. So if you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike button. But also comment and tell me why you didn't like the video. And sub if you're new to the channel. I'm gonna be dropping content, you know, as much as I can. And